What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful week. It is Friday, which means the week is over, which means it is raid day. It is time to do some raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm a bit too big at the moment. My head keeps on clipping off the top of the screen, and I don't like it when my head clips off the top of the screen. Hot take. I don't like it when it does that, but hello, Rob. Hello, Traveler. Hello, Brugger, and hello, Felix. How goes it? How goes it? Rob, what do you mean, yes? What do you mean, yes? What does yes mean? Bro, I turned off the music and baited doing the other intro? What? What do you mean? Is the music not playing? This is also a 3-day weekend. That is a good point. So I know Cahir, this isn't Cahir's here, but today I played ZZZ for over 11 hours straight. That is a while playing ZZZ. I hope you're enjoying it. I mean, I don't play ZZZ on Cahir's here yet. I don't know, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out if I branch out to other games, if I want to do more gacha games or other things. But we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. It is okay. Good. But yeah, no. Before we start and get into things today, I think there was still a 5-second delay. There was not a 5-second delay. There was like a moment. There was like a moment. It was there, but alright, right, no, that wasn't the thing I meant to do. The thing I need to do is Pokeportal. Get via internet. Because today, it's here. Shiny Shen Pao. Shiny Shen Pao is here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the poop tiger. No, it's a poop. It's a poop leopard ferret. It's something. It's something, but it does look like it came out my ass. Is the very blunt truth about this thing. Is it kind of looks... Well, it's quite big. I didn't realize how large it is. Cahir long cousin. I'm not a poop tiger. I'm not. Okay, so the player's speed is a lot slower here. Change your Switch profile picture. Nice. Inbred cousin. Why is the music stopped? It's already being like, hey, you still there? It's been 5 minutes, YouTube. Quite literally a saber-tooth tiger, man. It's got the teeth, but... I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. What's it say on the decks? What's the decks say? It just says ruinous, okay. Yeah, these are all just ruinous. That's all they got to say in the decks. That's fine. The ferret's just not there to keep it together. I think it's all just ice. It's poop ice. Not even like if it was yellow snow, I think I might have liked the design and made jokes about it. But now I just don't like it. Now I just don't like the design, you know? Like, I like Shen Pao normally. Shen Pao normally looks great. It sure would be ruinous when that poop sprung forth. True and real, actually. True and real. Anyway. Ting-Lu's over there. I've not gone with the recommendations because I'm awkward and dislike using legendaries for the raids. Sometimes I do. But when I do know that I'm a little bit grumpy that I'm using a legendary in the raid, so I generally like doing raids without legendaries. You know? It's just how it is. Not the biggest fan of legendaries in raids. Like, they just feel very strong. It's like, okay, so this is a raid. This is a big test of your strength. I'm going to take a nuclear bomb to it. It's like, sure, you're strong for using a legendary, but... Sad, no more Manaphy strat. The Manaphy strat... That's a different case. We might use that for... Wait, no, she used another special reducer, isn't it? We'll see. Anyway. Let's hop right into it. We got Q3, QY, KC. Manaphy strat I feel like is a bit different because Manaphy isn't a Pokemon anyone would consider for a raid normally. Normally you'd be like, Manaphy? That's kind of dog shit. And I don't think anyone would question you. First got it a worm. Exactly. I often do that. Oftentimes when I see a worm, I start praying then and there. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Kill it. Kill that guy. Kill that worm. Kill that worm. I need you to kill that worm. Scarlet Rob today. Also, someone's getting a Switch too. You're gonna buy me a Switch too? Aw, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have GP. Aw, it's so kind of you. I love it when you guys are kind to me like this, you know? Just the thanks for naming your baby. Just for that? You're too kind, GP. You're too kind. Oh God, not the baby. You mean Eagle Death, I think. You mean Eagle Death. The baby has a name. Okay, didn't hit me with Ruination, which is pretty nice. Because I'm going to need to, like, actually Swords Dance. I also have grassy terrain. Do not worry. The issue is the Ogerpon strat works. That's about the end of the sentence, really. The Ogerpon strat works because of, what's it called, Defiant? Wait. Yeah, wait, no, it does work because of Defiant. Yeah, okay. For a moment, I thought that Defiant was chivalrous? Ah, fuck. The name of the ability that, like, Cavalion and shit have. Or when they get hit by a Dark-type attack, they're, okay. Interesting, that one. Interesting, that. Only one Sword Stance initially. Gonna keep that in mind. What was I gonna say? I can't remember anymore. Oh, yeah, no, I thought Ogerpon had the ability that made it so that when you're hit with a dark attack, it boosts your attack. But no, it's the one that means that when you get a stat reduced, your attack rises. Which is a fair and good shout, in the grand scheme of things. Swordsbuck doesn't have that. It can have Sap Sipper, its hidden ability is Serene Grace. Can't remember the other one, but it's pretty middling. Can't remember the other ability I get, but it's not all that interesting one. Which is why I forgot about it, just to be clear. Swordsbuck does get Sword Stance like Ogerpon though, which is nice. Which means that I can Sword Stance. I quite like Swordsbuck. I want to use a Swordsbuck one day, I think. It's got good vibes, Swordsbuck does. That thing sure would be down if I did another Sword Stance, but I didn't, so that's just how it is. That's just how it is.
The ting goes cross, tap, tap, ha ha ha, ha ha, skibbity pap
Skibbity!
Pap, and a poo 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 dar boom, boom, saya, Do do poo poo dun dun. Dun. Poo.
Oh, it cut it off. That's a shame. I'm sure I know a little bit, maybe. I think one sword does me fine here, I'm gonna be honest. Okay. I'll go fuck myself. You know what? I'm so metronome pilled that I'm gonna keep attacking. I'm such a metronome pilled attack cell that I'm just gonna keep attacking so it dies. Just what I'm saying, you know, just how it is. Just, I don't make the rules. I make some of the rules, actually. In the grand scheme of things, I might have made a couple of the rules. Oh! 3 Herba Mystica! Holy shit, that's the first one of the day, too. That's crazy. That's crazy. You love to see it. You love to see it. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. You've got yours up. Sounds good to me. Fire that bad boy off. This is ridiculous, apparently. Good for you. I was dwelling, right? Okay, so... Since last I streamed, Mega Victory Bell got announced. I haven't strumped... No, I think I... Yeah, no, I haven't strumped since Mega Victory Bell got announced. Kind of pissed that the game leaked. Because I saw, like, too many people saying with certainty that it was Mega Victory Bell that was going to be in the trailer. So I kind of already knew going in that we were going to get Mega Victory Bell. And it was just kind of disappointing when we did actually get Mega Victory Bell, because it just kind of meant that there was no surprise to it. It's like, oh yeah, this guy. You know? Good news, you're getting home in a few days, so tomorrow will hopefully be the last stream you have to partake in on mobile. Fair enough, fair enough. Will be good to have you back on PC. Yeah, so I'm kind of peeved that I got Mega Victory Bell, like, kind of, not spoiled, because there was still room for doubt, but, like, basically spoiled, right? But anyway, what's everyone's thought? Ugh. What's everyone's thoughts on Mega Victory Bell? Because I've heard varying opinions on it, and I'm interested to see what your guys' are. Overall, very positive. A lot of people look at the guy and they're like, this is really fucking funny. I think he looks so polite. Have you seen that smile? Bag of holding, that's a really good point. You don't mind? But not... You don't mind, but it's not like a particularly positive feeling. Is that what you mean? Like, the thing I can't get over about Mega Victory Bell is he just looks very polite. I think it's starting to sink in how cool it is that we're getting new Mega Evolutions. You know, I think it's easy to underestimate. He's big, he's round, he bounces on the ground. That's true and real, actually. He looks like a filled sock. Yeah, that's a fair comparison. That, like, one post that's like, whenever your kid misbehaves, put a penny in the sock. Is it? I'm not going to finish that sentence. But I think you will... My special attack. I think you will know what post I'm referring to. The sock. No. 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 No looting. And Aaliyah, oh hello, how goes it? I hope you've been well, and I hope you enjoyed the Mega Victory Bell reveal. Doing Ting-Lu raids today. Gonna beat 1 billion so we can ensure we get Ting-Lu, because obviously I don't think anyone else is gonna be doing the Ting-Lu raids. So I do have to wonder how many million Ting-Lu are gonna be killed, if a million Ting-Lu are gonna be killed. I have a bad feeling about the general community apathy that this is probably held towards Ting-Lu. And Parrots Games, hello, how goes it? I hope your week has been going well. Oh, did I increase the volume of my capture card? Because I feel like it's been louder the last couple of streams. After the stream where it was making no noise at all. Yeah, I put it up to 100. Okay. I've been feeling like it's been really loud. I have a feeling if we got Shen Pao, we'll get this one too. I feel like Shen Pao, as much as it's shiny, is fucking hideous. I play Terra Water Caesar, by the way. I'll be a bit careful with that. Obviously, ground moves are neutral, but... all in all, as long as you're taking a physical attacker. You're not a fan of the Mega, but it might grow on you later. I mean, it is a grass type, so if anyone's gonna grow on you... Personally, I just think he looks really polite. I might have to get an image up, because... like... fuck, that's... he's just got a very polite face. Okay, that didn't really take me where I wanted to be, actually. Well, that's because that wasn't even the link I thought I clicked on. Oh, I'm attacking. I need to... oh, it's dead. Okay, Rob killed it for me. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Rob. Okay, let's see what we get from this. And then I'll, you just... okay, that's another 3 Harbor! What the fuck? We got 3 Harbor from the first one, 3 Harbor from the second? Hello? Hello? My apologies for making the same joke as you made then. Anyway. I don't think that's the right window capture. This is maybe the right window capture. No, it's not capturing the right window at all. It's capturing the chat. That's fucking grand. Okay, you stop doing that. And stop doing this. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this face and tell me this isn't the most polite fucker you've ever seen. Don't do that. And tell me this isn't the most polite fucker you've ever seen. Look at him. Look at him. I feel like the mouth, right, is like low-key supposed to be a frown. Like, I feel like that's not meant to be a smile. I feel like he's meant to be frowning. But because his mouth is on his head, your brain reads it upside down. So you don't really kind of process the fact that he's frowning rather than smiling. But to me, it just looks like he's got this really, like, awkward, polite grin on his face. You know, like, the polite cat? You know, the polite cat? Love it. But its own trailer was, like, Resident Yvettel. Yeah, I mean, low-key, in my head, same as polite cat. Like Resident Yvettel. Yeah, no, the trailer was interesting. In a way, I wish they committed to it. Because in the end, they were like, oh, it was just a big misunderstanding. I don't think it should have been. But then again, they often do it so it's not a misunderstanding, right? Like, the Zoroark trailer, I think the guy died. Then there's the Grievous trailer, where the narrator dies. So maybe we did need a W where the narrator, the filmers, didn't fucking die this time. You know? Maybe we needed it. We needed a good trailer. It makes me interested to see what the insides of Lumiose might be like. You're at yours, that sounds good. I'm almost at mine, but you ready your code anyway. We'll do mine after. I hope if they do reveal more Megas, they'll continue doing them like that. Because I do like a fun little reveal like that, you know? It speaks to more effort. 7, 8. X7, Y5, XY, hold on. You have Slowbro, otherwise we're going to focus on doing Ting-Lu raids today, I think. Obviously, we need to beat 1 million of them if we want to get shiny Ting-Lu. And as previously mentioned, it's Ting-Lu. I feel like if we're gonna lose and not actually succeed at one of these, it's gonna be Ting-Lu, right? Probably. Oh, Golduck! I considered using Golduck, because Cloud9, but in the end I used Swordsbuck instead. I think Cloud9 only works on Golduck, though, right?
Yahoo! 2 + 2 is 4 - 1, that's 3. Quick maths, everyday man's on the block, smoke trees. See your girl in the park, that girl is a uckers. When the ting went quack quack quack, it was quacking.
Yeah. I get you. Just to support one, not an attacker. I see, that's fair. But yeah, no, I think I mentioned it earlier. Oh wait, no, I'm not. Okay, Mega Victory Bell I'm a big fan of, and I quite like Mega Dragonite. In fact, no, I think I'm a bigger fan of Mega Dragonite than Victory Bell, actually, now that I dwell on it longer. I think the one I'm a bigger fan of is probably Dragonite right now. But I'm looking forward to, seeing what other Megas we're gonna get. There's a specific Pokemon people keep mentioning that has me interested to see if it'll actually get a Mega. Because I feel like people are speaking leaks-wise, but I hope I don't have to see too many more. Apparently there's another big leak going around, like a big plot leak, and another big leak going around, and it's... I've managed to keep my head under the sand so far, or I've not seen all that many Pokemon be leaked. But, I guess that's going to be a find out over time, right? Because I'm interested to see how many Megas we actually get in the game. I think before Mega Victory Bell got announced on Tuesday, so Monday, I was saying how if we didn't get another Mega announced soon, then there would be maybe 10 or 12 Megas in the game. But obviously we just got a new Mega, so it really makes me wonder how many we're going to get in the end. Because they're not going to want to reveal their hand too much. They realise the negative side effects of doing that with Auraz and Sun and Moon, right? I wonder if Pokemon Horizons is going to unveil it again. Because obviously Pokemon Horizons had Mega Dragonite appear in it recently. So, I think it'd be interesting to see a situation in which Horizons got to be the one that showed off a new Mega Evolution. I guess I could see the argument there being that, I could... What am I on? When did I get to +6? What the fuck? I don't even know when that happened. Does M have Howl, or am I just stupid? Might be that, to be clear. Probably that, to be clear. The me being stupid part. I hope many Pokemon after Gen 6 are getting Megas. Yeah, no, same. You gave me Simple. Oh! Oh! Okay. Thank you. That makes sense now. My simple deer. No, my simple deer! What have you done? It's fine. At this point, I might as well just attack. Because it's going to die in a moment anyway. Yeah, like that. I didn't even need to attack again. It just died. Thanks for raid, no problemo. Remember, you don't get it from this raid. We just need to beat it a million times. Alright. Mine is down there. Except me, I'm going to beat it 1 billion times, I think. We're going to beat it 1 billion times today, to be clear. I feel like I've not kind of buckled down on announcing this properly. Obviously, we're beating 1 billion Ting-Lu today, just to make sure that we have enough. A 7.5 D5 OF. Just to make sure we have enough for the... Yeah, just to make sure we have enough for the shiny. I just feel like it'd be fair to beat 1 billion of them. So we're going to beat 1 billion of them. But, just to make sure, because obviously, again, like... Who cares about Ting-Lu? It's 21:30 in your time zone. You got bad sleep yesterday. Goodbye, have a great day. Fair enough, Paris. I hope you have a great night's sleep. You care. There is one person in the entire world who cares about Ting-Lu, and we found him. We found the only person who cares about Ting-Lu. That's crazy. You want your cornflakes. That's fair. I can't like that. Right, I'm guessing it's just the 3 of us then. But, I realized something with Mega Victory Bell. We have, like, no Grass-type Megas. The only Grass-type Mega that isn't a starter Pokemon is a Abomasnow. A Abomasnow! I'm really wondering how many Megas of each type there even are at this point. Because I feel like it's a lot less than you'd expect. Because there are 48 Mega Evolutions. So, on average, every type... Now, this isn't entirely true, because obviously, like, multi-types and stuff. But on average, that means that there's, like... You know what? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't say it like that, then. Anyway. Not that many Megas is the point. Especially of the Grass-type variety. Really not that many Mega Grass types, which is surprising to me. But, I am simple now. Did stat changes get nullified? No, not yet. I'm gonna wait until stat changes get nullified, and then I'll start doing more buffing. because I don't want my stat changes to be nullified, because that would be painful. I just realized how funny Ting-Lu, this terraform is. Because just the whole world is in his fucking hat. The whole world's in his bowl. I said the whole world's in his bowl, you know? But, yeah, no, I mean, we're 2 months out of ZA. So I'll be interested to see what else gets announced between now and then. At this point, I feel like I'm pretty fair and sturdy in saying we're not going to get any regional variants. Maybe no new Pokemon either. They just focus their resources on making new Mega Evolutions, which is fair enough. I can't entirely slate that. It was a mechanic that the fans have been begging for to come back for ages, so it makes sense that they'd kind of go all in when they bring them back. It is cool seeing new Megas, it is very exciting. Seeing new Mega Evolutions around. Trying to think how many new Pokemon were in Legends Arceus, because we could probably see a reasonably, like, similar amount of Mega Evolutions. I guess my main complaint with them adding too many Megas is rectified with Champions, because... Okay, why would you do that again? Because my biggest complaint about Megas... Well, not complaint. My biggest worry with ZA was... You want to know what needs more Megas? Ice types. Okay, so there are at least 2 in Glalie and Abomasnow. None this time. Pokemon. Mega Evolutions. Is that it? It low-key is actually, yeah. Yep, just Glalie and Abomasnow. That's wild. I'm really interested to see how many Megas are going to be in ZA. Not new ones, sorry. In general. Because we know, like... There are Pokemon not in the Kalos decks that are going to be in ZA, right? Like Lopunny. Not in Kalos, in ZA. So there is room for all of the Megas to be in ZA, but I'm interested to see if there will be any left out, right? Like, if they leave the Hoenn Megas out, for example, there are going to be a lot of people upset by that, right? Not the Hoenn... I said Hoenn Megas. I more meant specifically if they leave, the Hoenn Starter Mega Evolutions out, right? A lot of people are going to be miffed if there's no Mega Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert, surely. So it'll be interesting to see. My bet is still on Rayquaza being a part of the main story. Up until recently, only 2 Mega Poison types. Mega Victory Bell really, like... Victory Bell... 2 of the Mega Poison types are Poison Grass. And the other one's Beedrill. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, you forgot Venusaur, okay. Hello, Dorsal Fin 1, how goes it? I hope your week has been going well. I hope you've been having fun this week. We got 9F, 45BF. Let's stop. The music stop. That's fine. Oh, I didn't increment. We've beaten 4 now. 4 out of 1 billion. You know? which we're like a pretty decent way along the way, you know. We're like a pretty solid like way along the way when you think about it. When like a way along the way when you think about it in the way, you know. Yesterday, I was feeling a certain type of way, so I watched the entirety of that, like, 2-hour-long new 1,000-player Minecraft Civilization video. Have you guys seen that in your feeds as well, or is that just, like, me? Because I went through a spree, right, last year sometime, maybe even the year before, where I was just watching a load of the, like, Minecraft 1,000-player Civilization videos. Like, it low-key went hard. Also, I got hit with the bullshit first turn, which is bullshit. I'm gonna synthesize quickly. I'll send it to you, Finn. It's genuinely a 2-hour-long video that's high-key investing. Like, it always fascinates me when you put a load of people in, like, a thing like that, and how actually interesting things happen. And, like, so much of it is just, like, it's never planned from the beginning, right? They only planned the stage, but everything else... And you have to wonder, like, how much the people at the center actually end up planning. I could have phrased that better. Like, the kind of, like, factions and stuff always end up with leaders, right? They always end up with leaders and people in charge, and they're always, like, these big figureheads in the story. And you always have to wonder, like, how those people... If those people, like, plan out what's going on. Like, if those people have any idea of how they want, like, the storyline and their interactions to go. Or if it's all, like, entirely unplanned. Maybe I should watch more behind the scenes of it, because it's always interesting to me to, like, kind of watch the stories unfold. And this time I did watch it behind the scenes. I watched, like, them, like, do, like, a YouTube interview. Question, why is Nightbot not on Twitch? It should be. Hi, Nightbot. Okay, enough of that. Alright. Whoa. Whoa. And Ting-Lu down. Harbor! A singular harbor, but a harbor all the same. Alright. But yeah, what was I saying? I'm trying to, like, keep it vague because I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't seen it. Because it's genuinely investing. Like, the fact that we can have these kind of social experiments in Minecraft always fascinates me, right? We can... Like, Minecraft is such a cool game for those facets of itself. Golduck is so useful here. It has been extremely handy, thank you. Wait, where's my next raid? Like, obviously, I think if you just put, like, a load of, like, random strangers into a Minecraft world, I wonder how well it would go. As opposed to, like, you putting people who, like, know each other and or at least familiar with each other into, like, a big jar and shaking it, right? Like, the Life series and, like, these Civilization videos, I think, work well in part because people who know each other are going into it, right? Like, in the same way we've had so many, seen so many successful, like, 1,000-player Civilization videos, I wonder how many times people have, like, tried to make one otherwise and it go bottoms up. Because I'm sure it has a lot, right? But, like, it's still cool to see the way I've gone past it. Low-key easier to just land and turn around. So it's your clips page. Why do people not clip more often considering how unhinged you are a lot of the time? I don't know. I think that's the extent of my answer, actually. N9, NY, CG. I was going to say more, but then I realized I don't think I have much of an answer, really. People did it during, like, the 15 minutes of me making cat noises at the end of every sentence. People were a big fan of that and clipped that a lot, but, like, other than that... 6, by the way. Oh, really? I thought we were only at 5. But, it is what it is. I feel like, realistically, maybe I should clip more of my own stuff, but, I forgo. And then there's the additional point of when I used to clip my own stuff, it was so I could post it to YouTube and whatnot. But... I don't know, again, like, realistically, right? Like, how do I put this? Fundamentally, people do most of the time blow up because of, like, a funny clip that gets shared enough. Right? Like, as I said before, like, live stream fails used to make streamers. r/live stream fails used to make streamers. These days, I think it's more like a funny clip on, like, TikTok or Twitter that, can really help put streamers in the limelight. But, I'm trying to remember if I was talking about live stream fails because Average Harry mentioned live stream fails, or because I was just thinking about live stream fails independently, and then I watched the fucking Tommy and Jack Manifold podcast and they mentioned live stream fails. Anyway, I think it was after that I was thinking about live stream fails, now that I think about it, because, yeah, I've not thought about live stream fails in ages. But, like, live stream fails used to make streamers, basically. But, like, the fundamental truth is, like, you need to have that clip that pops off, right? And I guess that doesn't necessarily mean you should stop posting clips. Maybe that's the issue I've taken here, but, like... I find it easier to make pre-made, entertaining content that people are gonna watch anyway than... pray that a random clip's going to be watched, because, I don't know, I feel like most of the time people don't watch clips when they see them pop up. Clips, in general, I feel like just do not do well for me. It's odd, but, Did you do the thing yet, Mr. Ting-Lu? 300... Wait, what the fuck? What does that mean? Does CahirLIVE have YouTube Shorts? I do, yes. Well, I was going to say I've not really made any for CahirLIVE recently, which I haven't. But that's also true for Cahir is Here at this point. I've not made a YouTube short on Cahir is Here for like a couple of weeks. So I guess all this talk I do about maintaining and posting clips is maybe a bit moot when I don't even do what I'm actually saying I try to do. I need to get back into the swing of it properly, but I'm not sure I'm going to get a chance anytime soon is the issue. Do a giveaway one? A giveaway one? What do you mean? Yeah, but Yuli won it. Maybe? Was I particularly funny then, though? Like, how many people tune into the lottery just to see someone else win it? How many people watch the lottery after it's already ended and someone else has already won? And again, on the point that I don't really want to build my brand. Like, you can build a brand off of doing giveaways, but it's not a loyal brand, right? You do not build a loyal community by like promoting how many giveaways you do, because at that point people only watch you for the giveaways. At that point people don't give a shit about your content. The moment you try anything else, no one's going to come along because you're not doing a giveaway in that, you know? Another salty though. People on YouTube be like, Rip Cahir is here. He hasn't posted in a week, so it's safe to assume he moved on. Moved on to the next life. Maybe. Depends on how many loyal Cahir is here YouTube shorts watchers there are. But yeah, no, I kind of stand by the fact that I do not want to promote, like, the giveaways are more of like to give back to my community. Right? You liked every one of them. Yeah, mate. Sorry, I meant that in like the way that you're like a Cahir is Here fan in general, though, innit? Or I guess a Cahir fan in general, because you're here as well now. I more meant like specifically like only the shorts. How many people just watch my shorts and nothing else? And are like actually invested in my content? I do need to do shit though. But I do appreciate you liking all of them, to be clear. Thank you, Traveler. Oh, rough lip. For a moment there I was like, can I get away from this? And then I remembered that this Sawsbuck is level 100. And if it couldn't get away from that, it would be genuinely quite embarrassing. Alright, C5, P3, KN. Do, 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 do. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff I think about when I'm like trying to figure out what I'm doing with promoting myself. And when I figured that I do giveaways, it was always I'm never going to promote it loudly, because the moment you promote giveaways loudly, you just don't attract a loyal fan base, right? Like, I've seen other people who like build their brands off of giveaways and stuff, and they might hit those like 30 average viewers, they might hit those 1,000 followers and stuff, but like, how many of those people actually are following them to like listen to, like, because they like their content, and how many of them are following because they just want to win the giveaway? For very few people on the YouTube, considering you haven't posted in a while, they would have probably looked into it. That is true. They would have been like, where is this guy? And then seen him on Twitch, but yeah. It is what it is. I'll lock in, but I need ideas to lock in, and my ideas haven't been there at the moment. Which is just how it is. Sometimes. Just how it is sometimes. Anyway. Have you considered clip farming? I should do that, shouldn't I? I should start toiling away in the fields. Wait. Hold on, I can do it, I can do it. Penis? Oh, guys, penis? Is that what clip farming is? I barely know what clip farming is, I'm gonna be honest. My knowledge on clip farming? That's not what I meant. What's... Okay. I think I fundamentally misunderstand what clip farming is then. Me waiting for a new Cahir short now has the same energy as me waiting for GTA 6 or Chess 2? Elaborate on that one. He's doing dumb shit for people's, to clip. So it's saying penis, not doing dumb shit to clip. That's kind of saying dumb shit. Wanting people to clip it because I say penis. You know? The benefit is I'm kind of stupid anyway. You know? But maybe I need to be stupider. That's it! I'm going to give myself brain damage! Many of my clips are premeditated. Are they? Do I believe this? Do I believe that Finn just plays the fool to get clipped? Because I'm not sure. Yo, too spicy harbor. Many jokes I think of randomly, then think I need to find a way to make this happen on stream. Interesting. Interesting. Many aren't like that though. I mean, like, I think the funniest moments are when you scream really loudly. I say that. That's a bad description. When you get frightened. You should play more horror games, Finn. There we go. That's what I think. Wait a minute, hold on. Was... Cahir scream, no! No, that's real. I do oft contemplate about the new microphone that is better than the one I have right now. So my screams can actually be heard. But, it also took me half a year to get another pair of new headphones though. After the first pair of new headphones didn't work properly, I just kind of didn't end up getting the new pair that I needed. So I just kind of had the old pair, NW8S53. I just kind of had the old pair that was falling apart. Like genuinely, right? Like I would often pull little bits of like, what do you call it? I can't remember like the kind of like thing that covers headphones to make them comfy in your ears, but I was pulling like black shit out my hair. for a while. Balls? No, that's not what it was called. In it as well. No, I don't want to abandon the raid. No, I don't want to abandon the raid. How am I here? Yeah, I kept on pulling green shit, and bits of my headphone kept on getting stuck in my hair because, like, the kind of, like, covering was decaying as I used them. Because they were, like, 4 years old and I guess not all that good quality. And yeah, it was just time to get a new pair. So I got these new wireless ones that apparently Traveler used to have a similar pair. But they're nice, they're working. And they're not... like, their battery is really good. You had that happen to cover for the phone was peeling? Yeah, no, on my old ones it was peeling really bad. Like, all over. Not just the ears, like, the headband as well was peeling. It was mostly gone at that point. The ear stuff was peeling. Like, they were just very shabby. And it was like, it was just time to get a new one, you know? It was like, at this point, I just need to lock in and stop fucking around. The capilla, exactly. And yeah, no, these new ones have really good battery life, which is the nice thing. I don't think they've gone below 70 so far. I've charged them, to be clear. I'm not saying they've been above 70 the whole time. But, as in, like, I've charged them. It's not that they drain battery that slowly. It's that, plastic was just bad, flake more than peeled. Ooh. Yeah, no, mine peeled, but, it still wasn't nice, because, again, it kept on getting in my hair, and everywhere, it was just everywhere. And that's not to mention, like, 15 other disgusting things about those headphones that I don't need to narrate on stream. Otherwise, you'll think I live like Asmongold, which I don't. There are no cockroaches in my room. Unless you count the cat. She's kind of a cockroach. Aren't you, Missy? Missy's got similar vibes to a cockroach, is my hot take. Missy and a cockroach aren't all that dissimilar. If you did a Venn diagram of traits Missy has and traits a cockroach has, it would be, like, very close to being a circle. Oh yes, I concur, there are no cockroaches in his room. Mango, are you bringing cockroaches into my room? Why are you trying to spell out the sweat like a dog? No, the rats eat them, that's a good point. Like, I'll never get over the implication that that guy had a dead rat in his room that he uses an alarm clock because when the sun hit it, the smell was so bad that he just had to leave and get up. Like, get up out of bed and leave. How do you live like that? Genuinely, how does someone live like that? And like, is he... Okay, no. Okay, I know depression nests are a thing, and I'm not entirely going to slate depression nests. If your mental health is bad, you know, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. And I'm not going to slate that. But is Asmongold even depressed, or is he just, like... Because I don't... To be clear, right? I don't think Asmongold is in a depression nest. I just don't think he ever developed the cleaning skills needed to, like, be a functional human, right? Which I think is important when noting the next part, which is right now he's one of the most prolific, like, political streamers on the platform. That's who people are taking, like, political opinions from, being like, yeah, that's reasonable. Asmongold is, yeah, he's pivoted like right into like right-wing politics. I've only ever heard bad takes from it. Exactly! That's because Asmongold only ever has bad takes. But, he's genuinely, like, considered one of the most popular political streamers on Twitch. Is he still on Twitch, or is he on Kick yet, actually? He might be on Kick by now. I feel like most right-wing grifters end up on Kick eventually. Brilliant Diamond's better than Heart Gold as a remake. GP Keep. Is Asmongold the father of your child? W9K1LT. Who is it? Asmongold. Unhinged people belong on Kick. If unhinged is a synonym for racist in this specific case, maybe. Who? Oh, you weren't giving that take because of Asmongold. You were just giving it for the love of the game? Know who that is? Sometimes I become maybe a bit more aware that maybe I am just terminally online. I heard bad takes and did want to see, okay. Well, what you heard was bad political takes, which is still an interesting implication. Whoa, yeah, baby, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo! But yeah, no, you were lucky for not hearing of Asmongold.
Hell
no! Because again, like, he is... Like, he more or less gained a large chunk of his popularity from how unhygienic he was, right? I guess it is. I do my best to avoid him, and I've been pretty successful. No, that's fair. I don't really go out my way to seek him out. If I see him on my timeline, I just do not pay attention. But, why did I even get onto Asmongold? Like, be right back, have fun, BRBing, Traveller. Oh, fuck, the battle. I was just staring at the screen waiting for the battle to start, and then I remembered it already fucking had. Okay, so if Ting-Lu is special attack, that means Chi-Yu is special defense, isn't it? Which means special attackers will still be on the table for it. You know, we can think about Chi-Yu later. We can think about what we're going to do for Chi-Yu at a later date. I'm guessing a water type is probably going to end up being the bet, which seems reasonable to me. It'll just be what water type? Probably especially defensively bulky one that can get shit like Manaphy Strat. Yeah, we kind of have to do the Manaphy Strat. Yeah, actually, you're right. We'll do Manaphy. Now that I've thought about it for more than a second, we will do Manaphy. Okay. Terra Hornleech. Hey, there we go. I'm still, like, low-key reeling from the fact that Legends ZA is, like, 2 months off. That's really not that much time. I saw a post recently that was like, it's only 51 sleeps till Pokemon Legends ZA. There's only one more shower before Pokemon Legends ZA. Isn't that insane? Like, I'll have probably beaten Pokemon Legends ZA by the next time I brush my teeth. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, time just passes so quick, you know? Yo, Hubba. I'll probably just repurpose this Golduck for Chi-Yu by giving it special defense CVs instead. That makes sense, that makes sense. Your dentist must love you. I don't want to talk about the situationship with my dentist right now. I don't want to talk about the dentist situationship I'm having. You know? My dentist situationship, it just isn't the topic of discussion I want at the moment. Alright. But, down to here. Not answering your calls like the rest of the UK. All the texts. Not the many texts they leave me. Alright. It's a shame, because from what I've seen of ZA, the pop-in is maybe a bit similar to how it is in these games. Hopefully it's a bit better on the Switch too, but I have a bad feeling. But I will. Right. I still find it quite funny that, Mia, days before, okay, no, like a week and a half before it got revealed, I got a random shiny Weepin' Bell. Like, that's crazy. I can't get over the random shiny Weepin' Bell I got just before we got Mega Victory Bell announced. Because, like, what are the odds of that happening, you know? I mean, clearly quite fucking high, if I'm honest, but you know what I mean. XPBFQR. XPBFQR. But yeah. My eye kind of hurt. Did I rub it too hard or something? Oh yeah, you know what else happened this week that I don't think I've mentioned yet? I watched Superman again on Tuesday. I rewatched Superman. Genuinely, I think that's my favorite film of the year. Superman. Like, such a fucking good film. Few movies have me smiling ear to ear, who have had me smiling from ear to ear in the way that movie has. Like, I cannot remember the last time I've been in a cinema with such a big grin on my face. A spicy carrot and coriander. What? Pardon? I'm giving up on the swords dancing before its thing, just because I want to charge up my terror instead. I think that's going to be a better use of my time. Soup, I see, I see. I thought that might be what you were getting at, but I wasn't sure. Alright. Alright. And now it's nullified stat changes, so I sword stance, and then I pat the cat on the head because she's smelly. What are you doing, you odd creature? Sniffing my hand, I guess, is what she's doing. I joined your Discord server, hope that's okay. Why wouldn't that be okay? Of course you're allowed. The link is there for a reason. I oft post when I'm going live. And I often post when the new raids go live as well. Why 1 billion again? Don't you get tired? No, we gotta beat 1 billion. The issue is, Jelly, right? The issue is, who gives a shit about Ting-Lu? You know? I think the only person I know who cares about Ting-Lu is Rob. Which means if I don't do all 1 billion Ting-Lu raids, then no one will get Ting-Lu. And what then? Wouldn't that be bad? Wouldn't that be bad if no one got Ting-Lu? So really, I need to do it. To do a service for everyone in the world. I am such a good person. One of the best, really. When everyone gets their shiny Ting-Lu, they'll be like, thank you, Cahir. He's doing it for you. Exactly. I'm doing it for Rob. Has this stream discussed Silk Song yet? It has not. Mostly because I'm not really a Hollow Knight fan, so I forgot about it. But it's still pretty exciting that it's releasing... What was it? Oh, September 4th, was it? 2026, I presume. Yeah, 4th of September 2026, that was it. That was the Silk Song release date. You dare doubt. Crazy that, like... Just a crazy situation in general, honestly. Like, I'm really interested to see how big Silk Song is going to be when it releases. How many people who've never even played Hollow Knight are going to be playing it just because of all the hype that's around it. I also really enjoy the fact that in developer interviews, they were like, oh, there were no issues with development. We just kept on having new ideas. Like, that is maybe one of the funniest reasons for a delay, but like one of the best. It'd be hilarious if it actually got the Game of the Year, but doubt it. That would be cool. It's got some, like, steep competition, though, doesn't it? Like, Bubsy 4D. Like, I could see, like, people arguing why it might deserve it, but the issue is it'll have to beat Bubsy 4D. And that might be really difficult. Yeah, Death Stranding 2, Expedition 33, and Kingdom Come Deliverance or something, and Bubsy 4D. You forgot about Bubsy 4D? Stuff like DK Bonanza will be an issue for it. How big of a Game of the Year contender is DK Bonanza? Because I know, like, Astrobot got it last year. 98SDQJ. I know Astrobot got it last year, so, like, I could see it getting a shot, but, like... What are, like, the actual, like, chances? I know Monster Hunter Wilds won't, because, like, everyone's got a boat. No? hate boner for that game these days. I sort of vaguely fathom why. But I don't get why. You know? Like, other than just, like, knee-jerk gamer reaction slop. Like, the Monster Hunter Wilds hate feels very similar to, like, Scarlet and Violet hate to me. Where it's like, you could argue it's from a place of genuine care for the product, but, like, at this point, why are you even playing it, dude? Like, at this point, like, why are you still here? Because you just despise this game. You just don't like it, like, one bit. Like, you're frothing at the mouth over this. Like, surely there are better things you could do with your time than spit at this game every time it comes up in conversation. You know? Like, it genuinely is just the exact same vibe as, like, people still hate, like, people who, like, hated Scarlet and Violet and are complaining about ZA before it's even released. It's a good chance. I'm not sure Game of the Year just yet, though. That's fair. But, the Wild Tape very comes across as very, like, terminally online to me. Along with people who still complain about Scarlet Violet, like, in the year of our Lord 2025. They noticed one thing about a game like the low graphic tree and Sword and Shield, and they never shut up about it. Exactly, like, the way Sword and Shield is now thought of as... Yeah, the way Sword and Shield is, like, these days thought of as, like, the game where, like, Pokemon's graphical fidelity, like, really took a turn for the shit. When, like, anywhere outside of the wild area... like, it looks good. Right? Like, Sword and Shield looks good anywhere that isn't the wild area. And, like, even the wild area doesn't look that bad. I haven't seen any complaints in a while. To be fair, I think that's just because the people who, like, leverage those complaints aren't really all that fussed about older games. Like, I think you'll notice once ZA comes out, and especially once Gen 10 is out, Scarlet and Violet will not be getting anywhere near as much hate, because people will have moved on to the next game to hate on instead. Right now, Scarlet and Violet are the latest Pokemon games, so when people are making a jab at Pokemon as a franchise, they make a jab at Scarlet and Violet. It'll change to ZA for a bit, I'm sure. Maybe, I think it depends on how good ZA is, because I feel like Legends Arceus never really got the same amount of hate as other games. The thing that pissed me off about Legends Arceus was everyone was like, oh, it's a step in the right direction, but it feels incomplete. And it's like, does it? Does it feel like that? Or are you just regurgitating an opinion you heard from some fuck-ass on the internet who was never gonna like the game to begin with? Legends Arceus was just perfect for you. Legends Arceus was an absolutely brilliant game, with a well-thought-out story, interesting mechanics that reflected like the rest of the game. I don't really get why people are like, oh, it's a step in the right direction. Step in the right direction is never really... Like, I know people were complaining about that being like a common thing people said about like Sonic Frontiers, for example, but like, it just feels like such a... It feels like something you say to a game that you fundamentally want to hate for no reason, but because everyone else likes it, you've kind of got to give it something, right? And then because it's not outright hatred as an opinion, everyone fucking adopts it as their opinion for no reason, because no one has an original opinion on the internet anymore. Like... Yeah. Also, Cahir, how many subs do I need to gift you so you'll buy Monolith's RPG before Xenoblade beating Kaitos? Yeah? Oh shit, it's only 14 quid till tomorrow? Oh, I'm slipping. The issue is I'm like the worst player of games. I'm not a good games player. Like, I'm really not sure what my next hyperfixation is going to be, but yeah. GY3F8V. GY3F8V. Do 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 do. All right. And they probably haven't actually played it themselves. Exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of people haven't, but you hear that opinion from people who have played it. And it's like, is that actually your opinion on the game? Did you think that? Do you think that? It's always just rung off, like, I don't know, a step in the right direction is always rung off as such a half-assed, nothing burger opinion to me. Never understood it. And so many people kind of, like, maintain, like, oh, well, Legends Arceus was... And it's like, no, Legends Arceus was a good game, actually, I think. I mean, some people generally have their opinions, so not to assume. I guess. Like, I can see the criticism of Arceus' graphical fidelity, because that is maybe not that great, but... yeah. Like, I'll be interested to see if ZA, as a game that maybe doesn't look brilliant, but looks, like, better. And a game that might actually have, like, an engaging gameplay loop. From what we've seen of it so far, and from what we've heard about people who played it so far, people have been enjoying it a lot. I think if that and Gen 10 do well, I'll be interested to see where the current opinions of the Pokemon franchise end up in just over a year. But, I guess we can only wait to see to find out. But that also does rely on Gen 10 being a good game as well. I hope the soundtrack is good again, at least. From what I've heard, it sounds like it's a lot of very fire remixes of, XY songs. Like, the, Mega Victory Bell trailer had, like, a remix of a WoW battle theme, which sounded really good. And it sounds like, generally, it's just that. Came back to say I'll be going to bed, go rise early tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Traveler. I hope you have a great sleep. I hope that there are some good original songs in it as well. I'm just overall interested to see what the game's going to be like. Like, I don't know, Legends ZA, in concept, makes me excited for the future of the Pokemon franchise. Just because, of... Legends Arceus was the first one, right? And we saw Legends Arceus, we played Legends Arceus. But it presented the idea that Legends might be legends of the Pokemon history, right? Stories of times long past. Legends ZA kind of turned around and said, no, Legends is like their experimental ideas shop, where they won't necessarily feel like, oh, we've got to make a whole new region with a new Pokedex type beat. We'll revisit an older region through a new lens. Like, I get why some people are like, oh, I want to go back to other places in Kalos, but I remain very hype of the idea and concept of a Pokemon game set entirely within a city. Like, that's a really cool idea to me. And we've seen the map of it so far, and I'm interested to see how many little, like, nooks and crannies and stuff there's going to be there to explore. How many little alleyways and secrets could be hidden within it. And I hope there's a lot. I hope they understand that the joy of a game set within a city is how many funky little things hidden under rocks are around. And I think as long as they get that done, we'll be in for an all-timer. But we might be in for an all-timer anyway. From what people are saying. It's cool they can try things from the stand... They can try different things from the standard new region, completely new Pokemon and stuff. Exactly, exactly. Like, I feel like fundamentally... Wait, let me see what's going on. VW B795. I feel like they arguably could have done, like, a new generation set entirely within a city kind of thing. Like, I think that could have been an interesting game in its own right. But, the fact that they're more willing to, like, do as they please. I think part of it is going to places we've already seen and them kind of, like, developing and elaborating on that, right? Like... And in interesting ways that people are going to want to see. Like, a sequel to Sinnoh? Like, what would you do in a sequel to Sinnoh, right? Like, I think there's fundamentally less interesting stuff to happen in a sequel to Sinnoh, is the blunt truth. So they went back in time in Sinnoh, said these are the people who descended from those in Sinnoh, and here's, like, a proper, deeper and more intense look at its religions and at the people who lived there and all that stuff. Like, that's really cool to me. And then ZA is like, okay, there's a lot of characters in Pokemon X and Y that people care a lot about. X and Y haters don't, but, like, X and Y likers do. So it seems we're, like, elaborating on that, which is cool. Along with Mega Man Evolution. I wonder if we exist in history through time travel, or if we'll get erased in Legends Arceus. We get erased in Legends Arceus. I feel like we've got to exist a certain amount, right? I kind of like the idea and concept of... Because, like, the main character in Legends Arceus is Dawn or Lucas. If you look at, like in the game files, there is a room that looks identical to the player room in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I think it's closer to Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, actually, which creates an implication, but anyway. Like... Which means that, and I think it's a very firm theory, the main characters in Legends Arceus are straight up Lucas and Dawn. Given how fucked up descending from other people seems to be in Sinnoh, like, you're just borderline identical to someone who is multiple generations away from you. I kind of like the idea and implication that Lucas and Dawn are their own ancestor. I think that's funny. I think my problem is I prefer the scenic ambience of Past Sinnoh to just being in the city. But I guess I could be surprised if it's as you say. There are fun little areas to look around. I feel like they wouldn't just, like, make a city without a bunch of fun little nooks and crannies to explore, right? And again, like, Pokemon games set in the past and Pokemon games set in the city, like, we can still play the Pokemon game set in the past, which means now there's a new Pokemon game entirely set within a city, and that's cool to me. Creepy to you? No, it is. But it's also kind of funny, in a creepy way. Like, if you think about it too hard, you kind of feel bad for Lucas and Dawn. Because there's never an implication that they get back home, right? If maybe beating Arceus resulted in you going back home, then it would have been fine. But no, beating Arceus means Arceus just gives you, like, an Arceus. Right? There's never any sign that Lucas and Dawn get back home. How benevolent of a god is Arceus? I mean, I'd say not that benevolent. Because instead of intervening in the rift in time in any way itself, it plucks someone from hundreds of years in the future, drops them in the middle of the past, and makes them fix the issue instead. Giratina hated him and just sent him to the Distortion World. Exactly, like, he just kind of banished Giratina, and it's not really like it had any... It's not like it had any real influence and impact on the Diamond or Pearl clans, where they both thought the Almighty Sinnoh, they both thought Arceus was Dialga and Palkia. Here's part of me. Oh, by the way, you'll never see your family, friends, etc. again. Exactly. Like, Arceus really just leaves you hanging dry, and, like, you could take the implication that maybe in the future, Lucas and Dawn go home, but there's nothing in the game to suggest that happens, at all. So, like, I don't know, Arceus just seems kind of distant as a god, rather than any kind of, like, benevolent figure. You could argue that it does things out of love for the world, but does it ever? Like, I feel like there's no firm implication it would ever send you back. Can literal God of Time do anything about it, or is Dialga just there? That is a fair point. Maybe Dialga could send you back, and you do catch both of them. So... like, we're taking anime canon into account here, so take it with a pinch of salt. But Dialga did deliberately send Ash and his buddies back in time to, like, Ancient Sinnoh itself, didn't it? So, like, that is arguably a power Dialga has. So maybe considering that the 10-year-old owns Dialga now, it could take you back to the present. 928R00. Is Celebi obtainable in Arceus? It is not. I kind of stand by liking the implication that, in a fucked up way, of course, that Lucas and Dawn just kind of ended up stranded back there and become their own ancestor. Because it's a bootstrap paradox then. I found it funny when ZA was first being speculated, where people were like, oh, what if you get sent back in time? What if it's Serena and Callum getting sent back in time? And it was just like, why would they do that, though? Why would that happen to them? That doesn't make sense. And obviously it seems that our protagonists are entirely different people this time as well, which is interesting. Because last time, I think that there is, like, room for doubt that they are straight up Lucas and Dawn. But it's a pretty strong implication that they're Lucas and Dawn, right? Legends Arceus music just came on, by the way. I feel like it's a pretty strong implication. I genuinely thought that not that long ago until it was mentioned here. What, that the protagonists were Serena and Callum, or that the protagonists of X and Y were going to get sent back in time? Going back into the past because I didn't watch the trailers. Oh, no, yeah, I think I do remember that, yeah. To be fair, I was initially adamant the games would be set in the past. Like, I think I can look back on it with a bit more of a level head. I was like... I think people who thought it was going to be set in the future... I still agree that I think they were, like, reaching. They were really reaching. And then some people got disappointed when it wasn't being set in the future. And it was like, you've made a problem for yourself here. Because there was never an implication these games were going to be set in the future. That was never a thing. Yo, we got a bot! Like, that was genuinely never, like, an implication. Other than, arguably, the blueprints. But... yeah, like, arguably the blueprints. But... that kind of... X and Y... Kalos is a place with, like, holograms. Kalos is a place with the Holocaster and holograms. I feel like, realistically, that was maybe the biggest sign it was going to be set in the present day. Technically, it is in the future, because AZ is more decrepit. I'd say no, because it means it's set in the present day. In the implication that X and Y is set in the present day when it released. X and Y is now set in the past, because it was set in, like, the Pokemon world's equivalent to 2013. ZA is now set in the present day still. So, it's the future to what X and Y is, but it's still a present day. Does that make sense, or have I just walked myself in a circle? People just thought they had this consistent thing about going to the past in different regions. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I like about Legends ZA, not being set in the past, but being set in the present day, is it really opens up, like, what any kind of Legends game can be about, right? Like, all of a sudden, an Alolan Legends game set in Ultra Space doesn't seem all that far-fetched. Because it isn't just visiting the history of various places in the Pokemon world. It's about exploring other stories in regions we've already visited. And even that could end up being different. You know? Like, that's just the thing I think is really cool about them doing that with CA, is it's clear that these games aren't being held down to any specific rules. That sounds really nice, and that anime episode about the Guzzlord was really good, so it works to me. Exactly, like, it would be peak. It would be peak. Because you'd hop between different places in Ultra Space. There'd be new characters, but some of the characters would be old characters who are fallers. Obviously, people like Annabelle have entirely forgotten who they are. Like, Annabelle and Moan entirely forgotten who they are, and so did Looker in Oraz, who is arguably a faller. Maybe not necessarily a faller, but I think there's a solid argument that Looker is a faller. So, like, a lot of people who get sucked into Ultra Space randomly end up losing their memories. And with Annabelle being from Hoenn, like, these people could be from fucking wherever. And it could arguably be set in Alola still, right? But, like, all in all, I just like the idea of this game that's like set it like it's a dimension hopping Gallivant, where you go through ultra space and like, yeah, I think that would be really cool. And I feel like that is on the table. But, like, in a way, I'm interested to see what other Legends games could end up being like. And Bean Man was the same. As in Moan. Moan just is inexplicably in the game. They could do pretty much anything with those. Exactly. Like, is Galar about the darkest day, or is it about... It's about the future Rose predicted. Where there's no energy left. Yeah, but he lost his memories. Yeah. That's what I mean. Ismone lost his memories and Annabelle lost her memories. Like, most fallers seem to lose their memories. TSJO6H. I think 2 Legends games for both Scarlet and Violet works, but maybe not really. I think it depends on how they do it. I'm thinking now, like, what would a Hoenn Legends game be like? Would it be like the Drakenids, or... I wonder if they'd go balls to the wall and make a post-apocalypse Pokemon game. Because I think a post-apocalyptic Pokemon game would be really cool. Like, a lot of people, when they first heard about ZA, were kind of wanting it to be a... cyberpunk-style game. Maybe they will do that, but they'll do it for Unova. Making 2 separate games, definitely too much. Just, like, the thought of going to the past and future for each. That's fair. Honestly, I thought that was what Area Zero was going to be at first. It was going to be 2 version-exclusive, like, zones. The past would be more like how Area Zero actually was, I guess. But it'd be like a very prehistoric, like, it'd be like a prehistoric jungle. And then... in Violet, it would be like a giant city. What would cause the apocalypse, though? Because pretty much anything could happen. That is another really good point. Like, I think that's why post-apocalypse would work well for Hoenn, actually. Now that I remember what point I was going to make, but then I forgot what point I was going to make. Because Groudon and Kyogre clashing, like, that's an apocalypse scenario, right? And then people want to get Groudon and Kyogre reawakened, but also don't want to get Groudon and Kyogre reawakened, because they want Groudon and Kyogre to, like, fucking undo the damage. And then other people are like, no, we shouldn't wake those guys back up, considering what they did last time. And, like, shit like New Morval would be used, and that'd be, like, the main hub of the game. That causing an apocalypse is Rayquaza stand up, because I trust Rayquaza. That is a fair point. If Legends for Scarlet and Violet happens, we just see the AI professor who went to the past and future again. Or maybe the originals? Yeah, no, exactly. I'd like to see the AI professor. I think that'd be cool. The AI professor is one of the most interesting characters in the game for me. Because, like, I think it's interesting that a lot of the time when like, an artificial intelligence comes around, like, they're the evil one, right? They're the evil one who concludes that, like, life is pointless and we should kill it all. But I like that in Scarlet and Violet, the AI... like, it's the professor who wanted, like, the Paradox Pokemon to be free and in the real world, not in the present-day world. But, the AI realized that that would fuck up the ecosystem, so it was a bad idea. Like, I really fucking like that. I feel like... I think I inherently like it less these days because of the fact that AI is bad for the real world. Now we've actually got AI. We kind of had it back when Scarlet and Violet released, but it wasn't, like, to the same degree that we had it today. But, like, AI is the paradox Pokemon, really. AI is the thing that's bad for nature. So I'm inherently more biased against it. Back then, it was a cool idea to me, because AI is always partitioned and, like, places like the bad thing. But now it's actually real and is a bad thing, so... They're also somehow kind of strong. I mean, like, that was, like, the thing, wasn't it? It was because they were, like, algorithms and shit. They had, like, a lot of data of battles to, like, use. Which is why they came to the player. Because they saw potential in the player, and felt the player might be, like, the one person who might actually be able to beat them. Which, I hope in ZA and all future games... It feels like the past few games have gone maybe a bit too hard on, like, the player worship. I feel like Scarlet and Violet especially so. Maybe a Legends pod there about the original Area Zero exploration team that discovered Terrapagos. Terrapagos could do more with more lore too. That is true, actually, yeah. I guess it depends, though, because they seem unwilling to explore... Okay, no, they don't seem unwilling, actually. The one game we've had set in the past didn't tell a story we already knew about. It told a brand new story. Isn't it kind of weird that adults train for years and then always a couple of special kids become strong in like 3 days? I'm pretty sure like Cynthia and Leon ended up claiming their titles when they were both pretty young as well, to be fair. But it is kind of funny that children always end up as the prodigal trainers and adults kind of end up getting fucking wiped by them. That's why I mean, I guess in the same way it's kind of untrue because of the way we beat the AI professors at the end, but it's kind of what I liked about Scarlet and Violet's champion system. Is like the implication that you're not necessarily fighting these people at full strength, but you're like doing a test and assessment to kind of like claim the title. But multiple people can have it. They never improve about a certain point. That is a fair point. Or one about the calamity with the Ruinous Quartet that the history teacher talks about. That's actually a fair one. That'd be interesting. Because then the Ruinous Quartet could all get new forms. They could get, like, Ruinous forms or something. The issue is, though, we wouldn't get any more Paradox forms from a game like that. 2v FNWO. 2v FNWO. Like, we could get more Paradox forms from it, to be fair. But, like, we need, like, a reason to get more Paradox forms from it, you know? I guess you could argue maybe we could do something like... but then it would take away from the Ruinous Pokemon. I was going to say, like, maybe the AI's time traveling fucked things up and then they ended up merging into one thing that went into the past, so you have to go back to the time machine and destroy it. But... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how well that works and how much it just comes across like fucking fanfiction. Bit too complicated. Yeah, I still feel like if we got a Scarlet and Violet Legends game though, you'd want to see more Paradox forms in it. People were asking for, like, Terra forms, but in a way, Paradox forms were kind of like the form gimmick of the generation. I hope Gen 10 has more regional variants, because I was kind of sad when there were so few in this gen. It was interesting because this, like, Gen 8 was interesting, because it introduced a load of regional variants, and the idea of regional variants could have different evolutions. But then this generation just kind of came along and gave a bunch of Pokemon evolutions without regional variants. And, like, very few... To be fair, actually, Legends Arceus also did with Ursaluna and Weirdir. But you know what I mean. Polday and Wooper makes up for it. Almost! I still would have liked some more. I hope Gen 10 does deliver with that. Would be cool to see. Maybe they fix their blunder of not making Paradox Ho and Keldeo. That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Don't ignore Lugia like that. I mean, Lugia was never really in the conversation. They made the Legendary Beasts. The leader of that trio is Ho, and then they made the Swords of Justice, and Keldeo was a part of the Swords of Justice. But they never really kind of did anything with those two Pokemon. It's not that Lugia's being ignored, it's just kind of not in the conversation. But then again, to be fair, they did the regional variants of the Legendary Birds. I guess the Legendary Birds association with Lugia is very Power of One centered though. Still works like a counterpart for Ho due to Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I question at this case, like that point at this case. But you know. You know. I can see why you'd want one. I'm not sure how much of a, oh, we have to get this it is, though. I'm still wondering what the A in ZA is going to mean. I'm low-key still on board with the idea that... Because it's called, like, Quasartico, right? That's why they confirmed it as Rayquaza! Quasartico! Rayquaza! That's why they went out of their way to confirm that parallel. Because if it's Rayquaza, I think it means Z to A because of the ranking system. I think that's part of it, but like Zygarde is Z, so what's A? Xerneas is X, Yveltal is Y. So we have X, Y, and Z, but the game's title is ZA. I don't think it's far-fetched to assume that A stands for something in this case. So I think while the ranking system is, like, it is named after the ranking system, I think that there's got to be something more to it, right? But I still stand by the fact that they called it Quasartico, which is why they kind of clarified that it's Rayquay, because Quay is Artico. Like, I genuinely think that might be why they've done that. Just to help people realise the parallel, and that Quasartico is named after Rayquaza. 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 Bum bum. Because I think Rayquaza's going to be in the game, right? Like, I'm pretty confident in Rayquaza being in ZA. It just depends on, like, how it factors into the game, and if you have to fight it near the climax or what. 3V, CL, 8Y. And then I guess that leads to the additional point. A is the last letter in Legends ZA. It kind of breaks the theme and isn't and maybe would it's maybe a stretch, but Rayquaza ends with an A. Z Zygarde to Rayquaza, Z to A. That might be a stretch, though. But aren't Megas, but I want the primal reversions back too. I do not understand why they got rid of the primal reversions. I don't. I stand on business with this one, that it makes no sense to me that they got rid of the primal reversions, because they deliberately made them not Mega Evolutions, right? Like, that was a thing that they did, was they made them not Mega Evolutions. Dialga and Palkia got to keep their forms. I think my main question with the primal reversions coming back would be, like, the context in which they come back. Rob, are you joining? He might have gone to sleep. I'll wait for a moment longer, but he might be sleeping now. Me. 1 sec. Oh no, he's not sleeping. He's awake. Felix, hello. How goes it? I hope your week has been well, and I hope you enjoyed the Mega Victory Ball reveal, and also the latest Past Life episode. I watched Grian's perspective first, so that was an interesting one. Felix, can you predict Silksong release date for certainty? Well, you watched Pearl, so yeah. That must have been insane. That was insane. 4th of September. What year, Felix? What year? 4th of September, what year? Very hard watch. I can imagine. I can imagine. Like in 2... Okay, you were meant to say 2095. Felix, you were meant to say 2095. Does this mean it won't happen on the 4th of September now and Team Cherry lied? That's a good point. That's a really good point. Kinda was asleep, though. He was actually asleep! I'm sorry for waking you up, Rob. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to wake you up. Get your beauty sleep, King. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, my little baby. Go to sleep, go to sleep. Goo goo gaga time for you. I'm surprised I remember the actual date. Why did it shield at the full health? But, yeah. And then, that's my other question for you, Felix, because I went off on a massive tangent about this earlier. Have you watched the, like, 1,000-player Civilization Rich vs. Poor 2-hour-long video? I think the last fight I was dozing off, so I was letting you guys do all the work. I see, that's why I felt so goated that fight. I wasn't doing well, you weren't doing anything. You have not. It was a good video. I'd really recommend it. I'd say it's like in the same genre as Life series. So random, is this about Minecraft? Yes, sorry, it's Minecraft. Never watched Parkour Civilization? You never watched Parkour Civilization? Okay, this isn't Parkour Civilization, right? This is a less scripted thing. Parkour Civilization was fundamentally a story told within Minecraft, right? Through, like, the bounds of Minecraft. It was very... It was like Dream SMP if it was a more scripted production rather than the improv that carried it. The Civilization videos are a lot more improv-based. And I'd say kind of more in line with the Life series, where, like, it's never expecting you to treat it like it's not Minecraft. These people and stuff are still doing it in Minecraft, it's just... Minecraft is the best game to shove a bunch of people in and let them kind of, like, simulate a society. I miss those memes. Say the line, please. What was his name? I can't remember the guy's name. What's his name? Not Evbo, the other one. C something, isn't it? I was going to say something shipping related, but instead I'm just going to say backward 360 jump! Which also isn't what you're looking for. I think I like the Life series because I know and like the people. That's fair, I can't slate that entirely. I still would highly recommend the Civilization video though, because it's interesting to watch. And I feel like while the Life series is about... Like, I think the Life series is about you liking the creators and picking people to root for in that. I just meant that nobody jumps with the beef one. Yeah, no, exactly. That's... I thought that's what that was the one you meant. I don't think I've incremented in a while. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what if I accidentally, like, overshoot? And then I remember... It matters. It matters a lot, because I'm going to do 1 billion today. Yeah, no, I feel like the Joy of the Civilization videos are slightly different from, like, the Life series. Because it's kind of watching, so many movies and stuff I've been meaning to watch for months and years and never do. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. But when a 2-hour-long Minecraft video comes along, I'm like... Well, don't mind if I do! You know? No time when you do have the time. Exactly. Because I'm using other things. My time for other things. Like an idiot. Oh, Pokemon. But, like, I stand by the fact that it's so interesting to see Minecraft being used as a tool to have kind of, like, social simulations. Like, other people have used it for very similar things, right? Like, one who shan't be named, but also RT Game. RT Game generally kind of, like, fuels people's creativity more. People should do it in real life. Yeah, no, we should actually. Let's start off small, though, actually, I think. We can't start off too big, because, like, we probably wouldn't have the funding for it. So why don't we, like, simulate a prison? Why don't we simulate a prison? Some people could be the prison guards, and some people can be, like, prisoners. I guess we could probably do it with, like, university students, maybe? Oh yeah, but Victory Bell is fun. I wouldn't like it if I just saw it, but it was a good trailer. It was a good trailer, yeah. I like it. I think it's very polite. I think Victory Bell looks... Look. You can't look him in the eyes and tell me this isn't the politest lad you've ever seen. Look how polite he looks. Look how polite. Look at that polite expression on his face. What a lovely guy. And never mind, isn't that history? Is it? I don't know, is it? Remind me. He needs some more context. What does that mean? You got to go. Fair enough, Bruger. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Politely asked it to you, exactly. Politely asked it to you. You played ZZZ for over 13 hours straight. That's wild. I hope you've had fun. He needs a rest, dude. I'm assuming that's the plan. I don't know, Cahir. What does it mean? What does the what mean, sorry? Can I have some context? I've enjoyed using Sourcebug today. I do like Sourcebug. Sourcebug's really cool. I've been thinking about what like my gym leader team would be again. And I'm wondering if Sourcebug would be in it. I like the idea of it just being little guys. Like Petlil, Smallant, Cherim, Applin. But then just having a Delmise. The last one is Delmise. You know? It's just a bunch of the little, like, seedy guys and then the fucking anchor. And that's my team. Because that would be so funny. You know? You're going through the team and you're like, what's this guy's ace gonna be? I wonder. And it's the fucking anchor. Like, if I were a gym leader, I think I would want Delmise on my team. Just because Delmise goes incredibly hard. You know? Delmise is such a cool Pokemon, especially for an Ace 2, right? The issue is I don't really have the pirate vibes. Sorry, now I'm thinking about my D&D character. what Pokemon team my D&D character would use, and I just realized Delmise would be hook, line, and sinker for it. Pun intended. Yeah, I worry I wouldn't have the vibes for a Delmise, because I'm not that much of a sea guy, you know? I'm a grass guy. I like Delmise in the context of having a bunch of little seedy guys. Delmise appreciation. I fucking love Delmise. Delmise... If Delmise doesn't get a Mega Evolution in ZA, I hope it gets a Gigantamax in whenever we visit Galar again. Because imagine Gmax Delmise could just be a ship. And I think that would be cool. Like, I'm not sure if I'd want Mega Delmise to be a ship, right? Mega Delmise, I feel like they could do more with than just make it a ship. Your avatar looks like it could rock those propeller hats and a giant lollipop. I would. That is low-key me, actually, with the propeller hat and the giant lollipop. D&D team, funnily enough, probably still need a Scyther. That is true, actually. That is true. I would rock that propeller hat and lollipop. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's brushed my mind, but now you've said it, I'm like, yes. Maybe I'll have to get an image for next stream of the fucking propeller hat. And then have a lollipop. 7PG251. What's the difficulty of Ting-Lu relative to the other two? I have not really had a hard time with Ting-Lu, I'm going to be honest. Do you need to beat one of these to redeem the shiny? I'd assume so. You can use Ogerpon. Ogerpon's a really good bet, but if you don't have Ogerpon, I've been using Sawsbuck with basically the same build as Ogerpon, and it still works really well. So... like, the issue is I am... apparently I just like the object-based Pokemon, like Litwick and Delmise. You're assembling a fire... well, I guess maybe not a fire, but you're assembling a good gym leader, good ghost-type team here. Guess I missed Shenpao then? I mean, check if it's in the mystery gift thing, because maybe you didn't, but... I'm gonna be honest, Shiny Shenpao is probably, like, the best one to miss. Because, like, Ting-Lu's kind of got that cool grey going on, and Wo-Xien's got, like, the kind of cool autumn vibes, and Chi-Yu's got, like, it's blue, you know? It's this, like, lovely, like, blue. Shenpao... damn, well, you didn't see anything. Yeah, no, I do not have. You don't have to do one to get it. Oh, really? That's nice then, okay. I don't know, Shenpao is Shenpao, man. Shenpao's cool. Okay. Ranking the Ruinous Pokemon, actually, I'd probably go Wo-Xian, Shenpao, Chi-Yu, Ting-Lu. Shinies, it's Wo-Xian, Chi-Yu, Ting-Lu, Shenpao. Shenpao's shiny is shit. Pun intended. When are you releasing the stream song playlist? Maybe I'll remake, like, the issue is I made it on my, like, personal YouTube account. So if I shared it, you would see my personal YouTube account. So I'm not gonna do that. So I'd have to remake it. And I'm not sure if I can be asked to, you know. I can give you the video I used for the Cahir is Here stream if you want. Because that's just a YouTube video I use. Because I don't want to fuck around with it pausing all the time. Well, we already know your legal name, right? Like... go on, Felix. What's my legal name? Enlighten us. We know where you reside. Yeah, no. Like... I have been doxxed on, like, 7 occasions, you know? It's all the arguments I start with people about what letters Pokemon look like. The walls, yeah, that's it. You're trying to trick me into doxing you so you can sue or something. What? No! I don't want your money! Go on, Felix. What is it? I won't sue you. When have I ever pursued legal? Well, if you don't want it, enjoy the £3.19 Maximilian. You messed up, buddy. That $3.19 is now mine. You might as well just donate it to me this instant, really. I'm going to buy, like, maybe 1 chocolate bar in this economy, I think. Considering, like, the state of things, I might be able to buy, like, a pack of Tangfastics. You could get a 99p burger, but only one. Where the fuck am I going to get a 99p burger from, Felix? Oh, okay, no, actually, I see what you mean now. It's because it's not 99p anymore. Can I have it instead? You need it for things? No, Maximilian Live, yeah, you got me, that's it. That's my name, Maximilian. Honestly, thank God I'm not. Imagine if I was called Maximilian, that'd be hellish. Part of me wants to, like, make up a new name on the spot, but I'm afraid I'd do, like, the P-tier Griffin thing. I fucking saw that clip again today. Sure, Jello, I'll work a few shifts and get the money right to you. Aww. Wait, that was a hint. His name is Jesus. My name's what? Pardon? You should sue your parents for naming you Maximilian if you want money. That's a really good point. Snova. Kill that guy. Okay. P-tier live. Exactly. Like, I fucking love the P-tier Griffin video. 55X89Y. I wonder how many people who, like, quote Family Guy and stuff have actually watched it. And how many, like, just have seen random clips online. The ability to move on to the link code from anything is amazing. I need to say it out loud. Because you were thanking God, oh I see. You see, Rob's the only person who can make these jokes, because he actually knows my full name. And address. If I piss off Rob one day, he'll box me. I send him 10% of my paycheck every week to make sure he doesn't. Well, so your name is actually Jesus Maximilian, yep. Jesus Maximilian, sorry. Well, that shouldn't take long. Wait a minute. Thanks, Rob Coldridge. We're all set. Rob has been naming himself constantly by using his full legal name. He does. If you piss me off, you'd know, as you get several photos of that angry crab holding a knife through the letterbox. You painted a very vivid picture of a situation, which I'm a big fan of. Ting-Lu? Fuck! Not Ting-Lu. I need some context into what crab. Like, the crab holding a knife. Have you not seen a crab holding a knife before? What do you mean that's a song now? Who made a song about a crab holding a knife? Anyway, I assume he's talking about this. There are other images of crabs holding knives, but I think this is the iconic one. I think this is the iconic image of a crab holding a knife. I think this is what Rob would send through my letterbox if I pissed him off. I haven't seen any crabs around or any crabs holding knives. That was the crab. Now you have. Because they just kind of grab onto everything. If you give them a knife, they're just going to hold it. I got a strange sense of deja vu. Like, this is somehow discussed before long ago. Crabs holding knives aren't exactly... Like, they're pretty funny. Crabs holding knives are like a pretty funny in concept. You know? Like, why is there an SAO video? Why is my own stream in my recommend?
Tirar o bichão do mangue, né? Ó, brabo.
I don't know what you're saying, so I'm gonna mute it. But look at that guy. He's playing with death, honestly. Chasing that crab with the knife. Like, and that crab, I think it knows how to use it. I think it knows how to use the knife in a way. Because look at the way he's holding it. He's holding it right at it. Like, that crab knows what he's doing with that knife. This isn't this crab's first rodeo, I'm gonna be honest. This crab knows exactly what he's doing with that knife. He knows exactly what he's doing with that knife. Look at Clawthan's side. What does that mean? Bit narcissistic? Wait, what's a bit narcissistic? No, I fucking love that video. You got recommended during streams. Oh yeah, no, that's a fair point. It's because I don't really watch many YouTube videos on the CahirLIVE channel, or the Cahir is Here channel. When I watch a YouTube video, I watch it on my personal channel, not one of my streaming channels. Which means, thankfully, I tend to not get recommended any that I'd watch, not, which isn't a bad thing now that I think about it. Like, I say that like my recommended is like a bad place. What's on my recommended right now? Okay, so past live episode 7 from Ethos Lab. Spoken For by Flavor Foley, which is a Kasane Teto song, which is really good. A 72 view Minecraft Let's Play. An interview with with players of 1,000 Player Civilization Rich and Poor, which is partially watched. The new trope talk for Space Westerns. A blind playthrough of Minecraft. The Champion Nimona theme, which is funny because I watched that earlier, so I guess it's recommending it to me again. And then, the Willany and James Marriott video where they test fucking stuff. Crimes. We have one in common. My assumption is it's the Kasane Teto song, Spoken For. Because Spoken For is a fucking banging song. How do you do a blind Minecraft playthrough? Like, a blind, no eyesight, no information. I'm guessing this is someone who knows very little about Minecraft playing Minecraft for the first time. To be fair, modern Minecraft isn't necessarily that hard to, like, play blind. Because, like, before, you'd have to kind of, like, freeball the nether portal. You were never going to figure that out. But these days, there are the ruined portals which you can find, right? Ether and Clear are right next to each other, I see. Now I want a blind playthrough. Okay, so... hit yourself on the head really hard, so you forget everything. And then write on a post-it note before you do that, blind Minecraft playthrough. So you'll know what you kind of want to do when you wake up again. With your memory gone, and then you can make it. You can thank me for the idea later. Will do, but I won't report back because I'll forget you told me to do it. Well, no, because... oh, wait, no, that's a fair point, actually. Yeah, okay, yeah. There are L's sometimes. I'll keep an eye out for it on my YouTube feed. You'll get recommended on my streams eventually, and I'll probably decide not to click on it because I look cringe, but it is what it is. If I'm gonna have brain damage. I mean, isn't that the goal? Like, you're not gonna forget everything if you don't damage your brain. You kinda got to. Wait, just did the thing, but oh wait, no. I'm thinking that Golduck with Simple Beam might not be the best for Chi-Yu. I think it's gonna have that thing's gonna have nasty plot. That's a fair point. I think it'd be funny if they just randomly locked him with Chi-Yu and made it one of the hardest raids ever. They probably won't, because they want people to beat it a million times, but imagine. I am a big fan of that new Quaxley video they released, kind of like the Beware and the Arcanine and the Sprigatito and the Fuecoco ones. Like, I just like... I like slice of life Pokemon stuff. Slice of life Pokemon stuff I'm just a massive fan of, right? Just like living out your life regularly in the Pokemon world is just kind of adorable. Any random person going about their day-to-day business in the Pokemon world. You know? I was worried about Shen Pao having Swords Dance, but it didn't. That's a fair point. Shen Pao having Swords Dance would be a lock-and-loaded thing, but it didn't, so... Do you mean, like, outside of battles? Because most Pokemon is Slice of Life stuff. I mean, like, more low-key chill stuff. Yo, another 3 Herba! I think I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna end for the day. I mean, like, the kind of stuff portrayed, like... What's, like, the day of the life of an average person look like in the Pokemon world? That's why I really like stuff like the Slugma, right? Where that, like, kid went to their grandparents, and, like, chased Slugma around the house, and, like, all the Pokemon were doing different things around the house. Like, that was fucking adorable. I mean, like, normal Pokemon is battling and adventure, but Slice of Lifey Pokemon feels like your average life of Pokemon. I'm not quite sure I understand your point, so I'm gonna make my point from the ground up. People who aren't Pokemon trainers and stuff, just living out their lives in the Pokemon world, how do they interact with Pokemon? What Pokemon do they have? And, like, what's their life like with them, you know? Like, the Pokemon are less than, like, actual Pokemon. And more like, just, like, odd elemental pets. There'd have to be some kind of conflict and stuff, but it'd be more like low-key conflict, you know? Less legendary-oriented. Like a family with Pokemon's just living... Not a family. That's unrelatable to me. But, just chill Pokemon stuff. To be fair, the series could be like something interesting. Like, there isn't a main character. It's a group, not a group. Every episode focuses on like someone else. You know? Y9:05 PM. Like, a restaurant owner and how they use their Pokemon to help them, like, in a restaurant. Then we have, like, maybe, like, an office worker, construction worker, unemployed bum, live streamer, or, like, general, like, kind of like online content creator kind of vibes, you know? Like just different people living their lives and how they work with their Pokemon. Which Champs and Conquerors sound like nice construction workers. They do. Like, you'd expect there to be, like, a lot of those around, like, Throw and Sulk and stuff. It's like a construction worker boss kind of guy. No, actually, no. He's one of the lower level employees. And he's got like Throw, Machoke, and Gerda. But the Machoke is lazy as fuck. This Machoke will never do its work, right? Like, obviously, like, he's a lower level employee, he's got a manager to answer to. But, like, his main job is kind of, like, commanding his Pokemon around to, like, around like, the job site and stuff. And his Throw and Gerda, like, work really well and do well and are productive. But, like, the Machoke is just, like, always lazing around, like, is always slacking off. And, like, the kind of arc is about him, like, encouraging his Machoke to, like, actually help. Hey. Hello, SFA, how goes it? I hope your week has gone well. Friday again, indeed. I'm guessing your week has gone quickly, judging by fucking Friday again. Him putting down his Machoke, that's not how it ends, no! I guess that's a very easy kind of like plot line to go for, though. I think you could have that in some form in more or less every example I just suggested, but you know. You know. Long week, not enough sleep, still Friday. Well, go and get some rest. Doctor's orders. They do that to Pokemons that aren't able to function. I mean, like, in the way we put down pets, you have to wonder... Pokemon seem a bit more sentient than your average dog, but all the same. Maybe. Not until you see Finn. Finn, are you there? It looks like she's away from the keyboard. You might not see her right now. Unfortunately, I can't get her to send you off to bed. Would you be able to put down the poor innocent Growlithe? Oh, you meant like, okay. Wait. I think it depends by what you mean by function. Because if my Growlithe had like poke cancer and was in massive pain, then yes, I think I would put the Growlithe down like I would a dog. You know? Like you don't put an animal down for fun, you put them down because they're like going to die anyway. You know? Can I send Mudsdale to the glue factory? Actually, mons with Poke Cancer are prized and less likely to be put down. Okay, no, Pokerus isn't Poke Cancer. Pokerus is an infectious disease. The other side is the lazy Machoke could be put down due to its inability to work due to lack of motivation. Okay, I wouldn't say a Pokemon like that would be put down. Like, I feel like there'd be, like, other steps made first, right? Like, what's it called? Rehoming it. Or I guess just being left in the PC forever. It is? But yeah, I did say that would be my last raid of the day. And I think it will be. Or I am tired. Pokemon refuses to work. Refuse life. The construction company. No! Anyway, raids have gone well today. Obviously, we beat Orbillion, Ting-Lu, you know, next week. Next week, locking and loading 1 trillion Ting-Lu. That's right, 1 trillion Ting-Lu. But thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I certainly have. Wait, I mean, if they put down Suzuka because she was too lazy to grow a new leg after she... I mean, yeah, but I don't think anyone likes how horse racing operates and treats horses. I think that's generally a big, like... Anyway, thank you for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I hope we beat all the Ting-Lu we need to, but I will, because I'll beat 1 trillion next stream. So do stop by for that, because it's going to be sick. But thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time, and I will see you all tomorrow if you want to tune into the Genshin stream, or Monday if you want to see me once again suffering with Shiny Minccino. Goodbye, and good night.